guys, it's Dawn and I'm here with a Plan With Me video in my Lake Charm bullet journal. I'm going to be starting off with my Tombow mono drawing pen in 05. This has quickly turned into one of my favorite pens. And I'm also going to be using my Tombow dual brush pens as well. And I'll link all the colors that I'm using down below. I'm also going to be using this case, and it's just the plastic case that the brush pens came in. I use that for mixing up my Tombow markers, and I'll show you how I do that. So here I'm just putting down some dark orange, and then I'm mixing the yellow into the orange, and then just writing. Then I just keep going back and adding a little bit of orange, and it just sort of gives it this mixed, pretty, like watercolory effect. I think it's really fun. So I just put the month and then the date range, and then I'm just going to outline my boxes. And this is probably a little overkill, but I put black down on my little mixing palette, and then I'm using a gray, and looking at it, you would never know that I took the time to do this unless you look really close and knew that I did it. But it was kind of fun, and at least I know now these little lines don't really matter when you mix the colors like that. But some of the parts are black, some of the parts are gray, so it's kind of a nice little effect. So I'm making all my boxes for the days of the week, and you can see that I've penciled in the dates. That's just for reference for me as I go. So I'm going to use this same technique and putting the orange down and then dipping the yellow into the orange to write out the days of the week. I love the way that this turned out. Alright, so I printed these pictures off of just Google Images and wanted to put them in my spread and kind of keep this black and orange yellowy theme. And I thought these little Halloween cats were so cute. So I put them in just for a little decoration. Then I'm making little boxes in the bottom left-hand corner. This is where I'm going to put the date. And then with the same blending technique, I'm just filling those boxes in. And this sort of gave it almost like a candy corn feel, which I think is pretty fun for Halloween. I had to be really careful not to get into the black that I used to draw the box because they do bleed together. That's the point. Alright, so then I'm going in with the Tombow brush pen. I can't remember what this pen is called. It's the soft nib brush pen, and just writing in the dates of the week. And then I'm erasing my little reference dates on there. So then I decided to take my Pilot G2 pen in 07 and just go over and sort of cursive the dates or the days of the week over the top of my brush pen lettering. And I wasn't sure how this was going to turn out, but I really like the way that it looks. It takes a little bit of practice to get the smaller print over the larger print and make it come out even. But I really like how this ended up. So I'm just filling out some things that I have going on this week. I have work, and then I have a few days of vacation this week. So I'm putting that down. And I only work one day this whole week, which is really nice, thanks to my vacation. Then I just put the hours that I work that day and then outlined them, gave them a little shadow in black just to make them pop. Then I did the same thing with the dates of the week. Then for this bottom right hand corner, I wanted to make 2 little boxes and just have some important dates and then also some little insights to next week. And I messed up there and just went in with my whiteout. So the bottom box I just made next week, so any important things that I have going on in the future, I can go ahead and put that down, and then I just made a box that says important, so anything that I need to remember. And then I just took my yellow and orange mixed brush pen and highlighted the words. So we are going hunting this week, and we leave on Friday and come back on Sunday, but I need to make sure and get us all packed the day before. So Thursday I want to be all packed and ready to go, which means Wednesday I have a lot of stuff to get done before we leave. And then when we get home, obviously all the unpacking and everything that needs to go on will happen on Sunday night. Here I'm just checking my monthly calendar just to make sure that I haven't missed anything, and I just wanted to write down that Mallory is going with Nana on Monday. So while I had my bullet journal out, I wanted to just go through and mark off some of my habits, and at this time I was marking off 2 days worth of habits because it's hit or miss whether I get my habits put down on a work day. So in this case, I hadn't. So I had to go through and do yesterday's and today's. So I'm marking those off, and you can see my habits look pretty sad, like that I'm not really hitting all my habits, but these aren't really goals for me to hit every day. It's more of a tracker for me to see how often I do what things. For instance, how often do I get gas, or how often do I run the dishwasher? I just want to see in a monthly view how often these things are getting done. And then there are some things in there like the drinking water, making my bed, working in my bullet journal, my posts to social media. Those sort of things I need to be doing a little bit more frequently and hit them more often. But this is just a really good way to visualize what I'm getting done and what I'm not getting done throughout the month. So I'm just using my Pilot G2 pens in all different colors and just making some marks, shading in the boxes on what I get done that day. Then for my sleep tracker, I just mark out the hours, and I use a pencil first just to make sure that I don't mess up. I mark out the hours that I slept the night before, and then there's usually an hour block in there, sometimes 2 hours that I'm up with my daughter, who's 2.5 months old, but this night I think I was only up once with her, which is nice. So I just block out the hour that she gets up. This is also a good way for me to see what time she's getting up and how often. Right now she's typically getting up 1 to 2 times, depending on how early I'm getting up. So here you'll see the 3 days that I worked are only 6-hour blocks, and my husband takes care of our daughter at night on those days, which is really nice. So thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys in my next video.